Hi everyone, welcome to Legally Yours. I'm here again with the wonderful Carl White from CXINLAW. Thank you for joining me, Carl.
Pleasure.
So in this episode, I was really keen to talk a little bit more about the edge that law firms can get from, accessing a service like CXINLAW. So currently, the market's kind of saturated in terms of the amount of different sort of law firms that are coming up. There seem to be new law firms launching all the time. And when you Google, I need a lawyer, often law firms, they're the best, they're the greatest, we've got the most experience. So tell me, how do you think that a law firm could get, that sort of commercial edge if they are looking more at their clients and their customers over, what sort of, being sort of flagged within the industry as someone that can go to?
Yeah, you're quite right to say that there are plenty of brilliant lawyers. I don't think anyone's saying there are not enough lawyers to choose from.
Yes.
If you threw a stone off the top of the international firm I work for in London, you'd hit equally brilliant lawyers.
Yes.
All saying pretty much the same things about themselves.
Yes.
So, again, this is really about looking and sounding as good as you actually are when contact is being made.
Yes.
And bringing the service promise to life, if you like, at every touch point.
Yes.
So, working through the client's journey, and maybe just starting again with those first points of contact, are just wonderful opportunities to articulate how you can help.
Yes.
Having had a worthwhile, perhaps short, meaningful conversation.
Yes.
Also interesting when you're looking at that part of the journey that's not, of course, just the lawyer that we're talking about here, that, your director of first impression, your receptionist.
I love that. Can you repeat that?
Your director of first impression.
Director
we like
of
to call
first
them,
impression.
that role should be
it.
auditioned for, the receptionist role.
Absolutely.
Or even, your assistant who, I guess we hesitate to use the word sales in law, but, assistants tend to be the sales A-team. They'll have as much contact with assistants as they might do with lawyer, at least in those initial contact points.
Yes.
So, if you look at that correctly and you enhance just that part of the journey, then you're going to see a significant increase in revenue.
Yes.
And we're just so excited about that because these are plus and minus ones, small things that make a difference.
Yes.
The sound of your voice, the way you pick up the phone, yes, of course, accessibility and the type of conversation you can have.
Yes.
All of those things with contact you are already having with prospective clients will allow you to see at least a 20% increase in your instructions.
And it's just those little kind of tweaks, isn't it? It's that little inflection in the voice. It's that spending some time in your firm actually coming up with a service promise, which, I think for a lot of firms watching out there, a lot of lawyers watching out there, that's quite a new concept. I think, law firms haven't traditionally taken the time to think, what is our service promise? Not necessarily from an outcome perspective, because I think as lawyers we tend to think all clients want from us are results. Yeah. But in actual fact, it's actually about the journey. Yeah. And it's about the relationship that we build with them. And sometimes it's those kind of, looking at, how we can just, those little bits of care that we take.
I'm really pleased you mentioned that, because really, for most clients, no matter how sophisticated actually, it's really about, arm around the shoulder, it's okay, walk with me this way.
Yes.
And this idea that we're concierging our client, which is, you may or may not like the phrase, but, just get the concept that it's care beyond the legal advice. That's really what may stand out, of course, on top of the legal outcome.
Absolutely.
And we're not really talking about complaints here, but if we were, most complaints come back to points of communication and service. Very few come back to black letter law. So that understanding, from a risk perspective even, is absolutely critical to get acquainted to if you're a law firm.
Yes.
Then not to mention the actual commercial opportunity on the other side of getting all of these touch points right.
That's right.
So we've just focused on the first touch point, but if you actually perform well throughout the delivery of your matter, including, if you like, almost the aftercare approach you might take at the end, the close of a matter. We're not just closing the file. No. We're actually we need an experience there at the end.
Yes.
then there's all sorts of uplifts there, commercially speaking, as well.
Absolutely, and you've hit on a really good point, because often I think as lawyers and law firms, we think about how do we win new business, new clients. But in actual fact, if you take those little points of customer care and service promises and actually take your existing clients through a wonderful journey, you have a wonderful aftercare process of keeping in touch and making them feel that love and trust, you know, and relationship beyond, they actually can become your biggest builders of your brand, because they will go out and talk to all their families and friends and different things. So there's a lot in that, isn't there?
Well, there's loads in that, because again, you know, existing prospective client contact, by converting more, you're going to make a huge difference into work, a huge difference to your business. And then, you know, existing clients, if you're able just to turn the dial up in a few places along the client's journey in terms of how we feel about the service that's being delivered, then that client is going to feel that much more loyal. They're going to be that much more inclined to, you know, retain. And they will absolutely tell others about the positive experience, regardless of whether or not their legal issues that they may or may not have in the future, you know, compels them to come back. They will speak positively to others. So it is really the most, you know, remarkable marketing engine, and arguably we would say it's the one to focus on, as opposed to more traditional marketing methods.
Absolutely,
because your clients are your marketing engine.
Absolutely, they are, and you utilise that, and like you say, I mean, what I really love is just those different ways of looking at already the function and the processes that you have within your law firm, and tweaking it and to enhance it, and just, you know, including, I know you use the word delight beautifully, of just delighting at different points. And it doesn't matter necessarily the outcome or the output. I mean, yes, that's important, but often for the client, no matter what that is, the feeling that they get going through that journey will always be positive.
It'll be positive, it'll be remembered, and it'll be spoken about. And they're often overlooked. I suppose, kind of little magic moments that when we're in business as usual mode, and we're doing the right thing, you know, we're working on the legal outcome. These things can be missed.
Just absolutely brilliant.
And I have to say, it's not just the client that benefits; it's your team and your staff that do as well. Because you know, one thing we know is absolutely the case. It is about the client's experience, but it's also about the staff experience, and you can't really have an amazing client experience without, you know, a reasonably fantastic kind of client experience, and it's getting those two things right. So again, to emphasize, it's the operator experience, it's finding those efficiencies for them, so they're able to deliver at the level you require them to from a service point of view.
Definitely.
And getting that sense of engagement along the way with your team.
And the pride. I mean, imagine being a firm that you really pride yourself on the experience that you're providing, and internally, it doesn't matter what role that you're servicing within that firm, you're going to feel a real sense of pride and joy within it. And in an industry where we really struggle with retention rates, again, you know, yes, you've got the you know, the commercial edge in terms of profitability with clients, but imagine being able to attract and retain amazing legal talent, amazing you know, support and admin talent, because you're known as the firm that, you know, there's a lot of pride to work in that firm.
Absolutely, it's an employee value proposition. It's a retention strategy as much as a client retention strategy. And Apple will talk about this focus being an all-around mandate. You know, everyone needs to champion service delivery, and so, you know, we speak in terms of, you know, we're all games makers in the delivery of service, no matter your role and function. And you know, we really don't like the lawyer, non-lawyer delineation. The client is in everyone's line of sight, and we're all equally responsible for bringing the experience to life.
Absolutely.
And that's certainly how we'd approach the work with any firm.
I think it's so incredibly exciting. I'm so excited that we get to work and learn more and bring this to light more with CXINLAW, because I think what you're doing is just so incredibly valuable, and every law firm and every lawyer needs to take note of this to understand that this is something they've got to sit down and really focus on. So thank you so much for joining me, and if this is resonating with you and you'd like to know more about how to engage CXINLAW and what's actually involved, you can actually head direct to cxinlaw.com, or you can find them on our platform at legallyyours.com.au. And please stay tuned, because we're going to be launching some new initiatives, and we'll get Carl back to talk about those toolkits and different things that you've got kind of coming. So it's really exciting stuff.
Thanks, Karen.
Thanks, Carl. Thanks for watching.